What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on out there? I can't wait till I build this channel where we could build, because now when I go live, there'll be nobody in here. I was trying to tell my last, because most people will be looking for me on my other channel, but hold on. I want to build this channel because I had this channel for a while. I just had it here sitting. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Hello, hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2. Okay. Y'all could probably hear me better now. But I'm convinced. I'm convinced now that Duke the Jeweler was definitely set up. By who? I can't definitely say that I know exactly by who. But I really do feel in my heart that it was a collaboration of people. I feel that Duke the Jeweler was targeted targeted for his skill, targeted for him being just a good guy. And I'm not gonna be satisfied until somebody gets what they're supposed to get for this. Like I already told y'all, spiritually, I already know that the spirit realm is on whoever did this ass. Okay, um, you can't just take out good innocent people like that and think that you're gonna get away with it. If you don't get caught by um the law, you will get caught by universal law because that's just the way it is. You're not going to have a long, fruitful life. It's not going to go down like that. So, I was watching this video earlier today where they was talking about Boosie. And I'm going to tell y'all what came to my mind because I'm not going to jump all over Boosie, okay? It's the system that we live under. The system forces people in desperate situations to do downright dirty things to survive, y'all. That's just the way it is. And after they build these young men up, after they think they have a come up when they get into the industry and they build them up, in order for them to stay in position when they're no longer hot, like when they don't have hot records no more and they're not trending, they get up there in age, they have to compromise themselves to keep that status, to keep that money rolling in some type of way. And like I said before, I don't think these people really have all of this money that they be fronting to us like they have. Because the way that they react to people who do have money on their own shows me that something's wrong there. And when I say on their own, I mean people who got their stuff out the mud, that didn't get their stuff from signing a contract and they don't have anybody over them. They have more independence. They made their money independently. Okay, and there's a lot of ways now to make money independently, but these people are locked in these contracts, and I think that there's a bit of jealousy there. Like most of these young dudes that I feel that they were killed unjustifiably, I believe jealousy is the number one culprit. But enough of me and my talking. I want y'all to listen to some of this video because I want to see what y'all say about this. Whoever, I don't care if it's one or two people. Let's listen to this video here because this was kind of deep, y'all. Hold on, share screen. Tab. There you go. I'm more prepared than I was last time, y'all. I won't have y'all sitting here. Hold on.
The Mo3 sacrifice. Let's get into it.
Well,
This one
again,
on YouTube, Astria
he's going to be talking about the Mo3 thing. So listen to this.
TV, Truth Exposed. Today we're going to be talking about the hip hop gatekeeper, Little Boozy, and the Mo3 sacrifice. Let's get into it. Lil Boosie started out as a rapper in the late '90s. He ended up signing to Pimp C's record label, which is very strange that what ended up happening to Pimp C. But anyways, Little Boosie is signed to 4 different record labels: Empire, Trill Entertainment, Atlantic Records, and Warner Records. So that's 4 different record labels that own percentages of Little Boosie.
Let me just say this before we go further. Um, what happened to Pimp C? Definitely, he did not die of an overdose of lean. He was doing lean for a minute. He knew what he was doing. Pimp C, if you watch his videos and stuff, he definitely was not suicidal. So, the fact that um, Boosie was brought in by Pimp C of all people for this now to be happening, that shit is crazy. But let's go.
And his work. They also own a percentage of the rappers that Little Boosie signs. Some of these record labels may solely be for distribution, but that's still a lot of hands in the cookie jar. So when Boosie realized that from music he wasn't going to be making much because he was getting robbed by the record labels, eventually he figured out how they were robbing him, and he found the opportunity to become a gatekeeper, which is just a former rapper.
Right. And let me tell y'all something. Gatekeeping didn't just start with rappers. They've been doing this gatekeeping stuff from the door, from the beginning, from the first black major record label, which was Motown. They was doing this, so this is nothing new. Yeah, you can get in there and get your label, but it seems to me, this is my opinion, that in order for you to be successful and be large, you have to treat your people like crap. Because I haven't seen a record label yet where people didn't complain about their money. Soldier Slim complained about his money, he's gone. Big was complaining about money. Pac was complaining about money. Just look at the pattern, y'all.
Who now does what the record labels did to him and he robs other people. So this is why he became a gatekeeper. It's easier to make money off the back of someone else's work as compared to going and making songs, getting robbed by the record labels. So instead, he started doing the robbing himself. These rappers, they get finessed, like I said, by the record label. They learn how to.
Barry Gordy was doing that with Motown. Um, they wasn't making no money. Diana Ross was making a lot of money compared to the others, but she was even getting robbed. When she wanted to leave Motown, and she found out that her cars that Barry gave her was in Motown's name. It wasn't even in her name. And that's the same thing Suge did to Tupac. But let's go.
do it, and then they themselves do a partnership with the record labels to, in turn, rob upcoming rappers and split in that money with the record label. Basically, put they are pimping the artists out. Everyone thinks that the gatekeepers are amazing people who are helping their communities and their people by putting these rappers on. But in reality, it's all for selfish reasons. They're not going to put someone on unless they're making a percentage off of it. Boosie is notorious for trying to sign these upcoming rappers. First, we're going to take a little look at the Kodak Black situation. Kodak Black said that Boosie tried to sign him for like $10,000. Basically, tried to rob the man.
This little boost, I used to look up to him. So he said, "What part of Florida you in?" I tell him I'm in Broward. He was like, he wanna come sit down with me, and like give me like 10 bands or something. But I already had that money off street money. That so nah, listen, I already had that money off street money like before. So when he said like he wanna come give me 10, like I guess, but you never know a duck till you try 'em and stuff like that. So I was like, I was straight off.
You think it was like a respect factor that he just wanted to just hook you up, or I mean,
Nah, he wanted to sign me like 10,000.
oh hell no.
The next situation,
Now, didn't May sign 5-year foreign for $5,000? See, this is all a pattern and it's all a game, y'all. Like, it's a game. I suggest if you're going to get into that industry, you be well educated and well versed because the protocol with these labels and these rappers that turn into record label owners is to rob you. They will rob, they're going to rob you. So now you're seeing here what I was just saying. These rappers don't be having money like they be fronting like they have. Let's go. Might as well
Is
play.
the NBA YoungBoy situation. A lot of people don't know that Lil Boosie has his hand in these artists' contracts. He'll go and get people like NBA YoungBoy and broker a deal with Atlantic Records for him. And in that contract, Boosie will be getting a percentage of everything YoungBoy does. The record label gets a percentage of everything YoungBoy does. And that's why NBA YoungBoy does not want to sign this new contract with Atlantic. Then we have the video of Boosie getting mad that NBA YoungBoy basically figured out he was getting finessed, and then he wouldn't clear a song for him. So Lil Boosie was still trying to profit off of this man's success with a song, and got mad that he wouldn't clear it.
Now, isn't that what they said the whole beef was about between Yo Gotti and Dolph? Because Dolph was an independent artist doing well on his own, and Yo Gotti wanted him to sign with him. But when Dolph heard him, Yo Gotti, talking mess about one of his artists, Dolph didn't want to sign with him no more because, he felt like if he could do that to that dude and that's his artist, he'll do it to me too. And I don't really need to sign with nobody. I'm doing good on my own. I don't have to go through none of that. So they get mad at independence too because they already tied in and locked in and they already got robbed. So you see somebody like Dolph with all his jewelry and his swag and everything and he making it on his own. They don't like that, y'all. They do not like that. But let's continue.
And this is what Lil Boosie had to say on a Vlad interview. And pay attention to his facial expression, how angry he looks, his heavy breathing, and what he says.
How'd you feel in this case you had to respond?
Uh, cause I don't want to kill him.
Did you see how mad this man looked? You're not going to get that angry over someone not clearing a song. There's a deeper thing going on here, and that deeper situation is that he couldn't finesse Youngboy, just like he couldn't finesse Kodak. So then there was this hostility of, they made him look stupid. They took away his opportunity to middleman them, which is what he does repeatedly over and over to these upcoming artists. Just like that clip of Little Uzi saying that Famous Dex tried to sign him for $20,000 or 10,000.
Okay. So with that being said, it's easy for one to think that if he's really in this type of position where he's not making no money unless he gets some young boy to sign for him for a few $1,000s, then seeing Duke the jeweler come in there with $1 million worth of jewelry on and 500, $600,000 in his pocket, that's food. That looks like food, right? And let's top it off with the jealousy factor because these artists are not independent. No matter how much they get up there and talk their mess in their interviews and act like they're big willies, they have to answer to somebody. Someone tells them when they can drop an album. Someone tells them who they could marry, who they could date, all type of stuff. But let's finish listening to this video.
They give him that advance and then they rob him on percentages. You think they're trying to give him that small advance so that, they don't have to recoup as much, but that's not really the situation. See, Boosie knows how the game works. He knows that these rappers, when they start getting to a point where they're going to switch up and leave the contract, if they're already signed, they're worth more dead than alive. Like I said, especially if they're, starting to outshine you. And this leads us into the Mo3 situation. The 48 Laws of Power talks about not outshining your master. That's one of the laws. And Mo3 started to become bigger than Boosie, was making more money, was making better music, was getting more influence in the music industry, which could have led to a situation where Mo3 was bigger than Boosie and therefore had more power in the record labels. So he outshined the master And then you could see some of this hostility starting to grow in this video where Boosie does the lie detector with Mo3. He sets this whole thing up for the record label for Mo3. He goes and does the lie detector, but only Mo3 does the lie detector. Boosie refuses to get on it. That's because he was scared to answer any questions about contracts or anything like that. Now, these questions that he asks are obviously weird, strange, jealousy filled questions like, do you think you make more money than.
You see, there go that jealousy thing, y'all. That jealousy thing is nothing to play with. I'm telling you, a lot of people die. A lot of reasons for murder is jealousy. But this thing with Duke the Jeweler is really, really, it's not only me, it's a lot of people. I've seen videos from people from all races talking about Duke the Jeweler because that's how messed up it was. So I spoke to somebody too, an acquaintance of mine that knows Duke the Jeweler. And he was telling me that he was trying to show him how to make jewelry and telling him, what to do, what to look for. And he said he tried to give him some money one time, and that Duke the Jeweler was like, nah, keep your money, come better than that. Hey, Wanda. So Duke the Jeweler was a good guy. Then I saw another video today where they was talking about his cousin, and his cousin was saying he was teaching him too. So he wasn't even the type of dude that was like, I'm gonna just be the only one that know everything, and I'm gonna get all the money and all the clout and all of this. He was teaching basically, or trying to, or beginning to. I don't know how far he got. He probably didn't get far because he was busy trying to build his business. But he was trying to show people they could do something else with their life. And that's why this is such a big loss. This is a huge loss for the Black community. Okay? This is a huge loss for the Black community. So, and when you really look at it, it's like, even if it wasn't Boosie and jealousy and them other dudes, the way some of them was looking at him like food at that gambling party, it's the other jewelers that probably would have been mad because Duke the Jeweler's jewelry was hot. I keep saying this, his jewelry was fly. And I remember my homeboy was showing me this chain one time. Wanda, I don't know if you remember this, but remember when our friend was posting this chain, this nameplate, diamond nameplate, and he was telling us we could get one for a certain price? And we were saying how nice that was. So I asked him today, I asked him if that was Duke the Jeweler that was making those chains. And he was like, nah, it wasn't. But yeah, remember that? And he said, no, it wasn't Duke the Jeweler that was making those chains. But he was showing him how to make jewelry. So that was a big, huge loss. And I also found out today, yes, Queen, I just didn't want to say his name just in case. But I also found out that he was paying people's rent. He was paying a lot of people's rent. Like he was doing a lot for other people. People were really dependent on, even if they weren't dependent on him, he was a light for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And another thing I wanted to say that I never said, and I keep forgetting. If Duke the Jeweler was blowing up like that in Chicago and nothing never happened to him, he knew how to move. So stop saying he didn't know how to move, because that brother wasn't from no suburban area. He was from Chicago. I know they do, Wanda. I know they love him, Queen. You gotta love somebody like him. He's one of a kind. Stop saying that he didn't know how to move like he was some square. He was in Chicago. Chicago ain't no easy city. If he could move out there with all his jewelry and money, he could move anywhere with all his jewelry, even if he was out of town. He know what time it is. But that's how I know that somebody made sure that he trusted them. He trusted these people. These were people, these wasn't just people he just met. Or he wasn't around somebody he just met. I think he knew him for a long time, like it's starting to come out. And he trusted Boosie. He trusted that he was in good hands. He trusted that when he brought his jewelry out there to sell it and show it to people, that they wouldn't be sitting there waiting to set him up and catch him outside. And not just rob him, they shot that boy all up in his chest, all up in his torso. He didn't have a chance. And this is unacceptable. I think every dog on YouTube channel should be talking about Duke the Jeweler, but they trying to squeeze this story out now with Boosie and his little tactics, and going back and forth with Charleston White, and going back and forth with the T.I. situation. And I don't give a shit about the T.I. situation. Get your fucking kids, you and T.I. Get your fucking kids, okay? Don't nobody care about this. I care more about Duke the Jeweler, an innocent dude that brought himself up from the mud, learned how to make jewelry, had a top-notch person picking out the jewels for him, making sure that the jewels was flawless, and he was selling them for less than the other jewelers who were not selling flawless, beautiful jewelry like he was. So I don't give a shit about little tootie twat and goddamn whatever. I don't give two shits about them. I'm sorry. I want to know what happened to Duke the Jeweler. Because little Tootie Raw and King is just fulfilling the agenda, showing these kids how to be stupid. You know what I'm saying? The Tootie Raw, why the hell don't Tootie Raw know how to read? Why Boosie's son don't know how to read? Does that make any sense? Why? That don't make no sense that Tootie don't know how to read. He has father that got money. It's poor people that their children know how to read. So what is this excuse for that? Stop bigging up these people that they're just a mess, and they just keep on giving us these bad influences that we have to raise our children. It's bad enough that we got to deal with the neighborhoods, but then we got to deal with these assholes that act like they don't have no home training so they could satisfy their masters so they could get a check, and they poisoning our children's heads. You didn't know what, Wanda? Yeah. Nobody is perfect, but I'm starting to see who these rappers really are, and I'm starting not to respect none of their asses. Because while they over there in their gated community trying to make people go along with the protocol that they signed up for, they hiding. We have to deal with it. We have to deal with the result while they over there in their gated communities chilling, watching, talking stupid shit. And being ignorant, and if they too old to be ignorant. Now they got their kids being ignorant out there. Get your goddamn kids Tootie Raw and King ass looking like a clown up there, talking shit to people, talking about he could buy a whole restaurant. He ain't earned that money. His father did. Yeah, he didn't know how to read. He don't know how to read. What the hell is that? But he could get up there and talk about sliding on an old man, how he'll beat his ass. Sit your little ass down. Where's your mother? Let's finish listening to this guy, because he said some shit in this video. Listen to this, y'all.
You make better music than me. Are you mad that I smoke in the studio? Like, he just asks like hateful things, like you could tell there's some type of hostility he has built up. Let's watch it real quick.
Who make the better hood anthems, me or you?
See, you used to.
Am I difficult to work with? Will you ever collaborate with me again? Would you get a tattoo of my face on your body? Do you have more money than me?
You can just see the jealousy, the hatred, and the envy he had asking questions that he was asking. You can just see it. And then him refusing to take that lie detector test that he just made his artists do is very strange to me. Directly after Mo3's death, Boosie went onto Instagram Live. And in this live, he was counting money, smirking, smiling while singing Mo3 lyrics right after he died. The money is symbolic because that's what he was hating on Mo3 for. That's why he got Mo3 famous, was for money. All of it had to do with money and the influence, the power, the fame. Just this live or just watching it, knowing that he had this man taken out of this world for a ritualistic purpose. See, the ritual, they have to keep participating in these sacrifices. And then when they have envy and rage and hatred built up towards someone, it's a lot easier to sacrifice them, especially since you profit even after their death. Let's watch the IG live.
You got no car and he got racks. Yeah. Platinum plaques on the wall. Rolls Royces bitches dropping they draws.
And lastly, that brings us to this young Blue situation, where young Blue in the Vlad interview, he's talking about that he's not really signed to Boosie in the contract, but obviously Boosie feels a different way about this and feels he was signed for the contract. So young Blue brought him $100,000, gave him $100,000, and Boosie thought this was a gift, which I don't know who thinks $100,000 is a gift. But this was his way, a young Blue's way of buying himself out of his contract and severing ties so that he went and signed another major contract.
I don't know. What makes these kids think that if they do it, it ain't gonna happen to them? If you were smart enough to buy yourself out of that contract, you should have kept on moving, boo boo. Should have bought you a couple of franchises and keep on stepping away from these people because they murderers. Y'all can't think that these kids is all dying just like this just because they was in some gang shit. That was just a good way for them to cover up what they was planning on doing. That's the and y'all keep on with this gang shit. This gang shit ain't doing nothing for us. No kind of way, shape, form, or fashion. You don't gain from it. You don't get enough money from ganging to get your family out the hood. You don't get enough money to do what you want to do. You wind up to keep on, you keep making mistakes. You keep on living a criminal lifestyle, and your ass wind up in jail or dead. So why are you signing up for that? Why don't you try something else? You know why? Because you got these sellout motherfucking rappers up there glorifying all this shit. Okay. And now the industry done took over and they won't allow you to come in there unless you're talking like that. They don't put you on a pedestal. And you know what? It's not only there for because it's what people like. So and it's what people gravitate to. Now, if I was up here making titles like, you know, F this one and talking all this crap up here, I would have a whole bunch of subscribers right now. But that's not my stilo. And that's not the type of audience I want. I want an audience we can talk and just try to talk our way through these hard times because these are hard, traumatic times and we need each other right now. So that's why I'm up here. Hold on a minute, y'all. Let's go back to the end of this video. It's almost finished.
Pay attention in this interview real quick that young Blue says Boosie allowed him to sign another contract. That language tells you that he had control over it. Boosie allowed him to sign another contract because when they do that, they sell the rights to these artists because they own them. They sell the rights to their name, to the copyright, to the catalog. So Boosie still made money off of that, and then he's gonna go and sue him afterwards. Let's watch these clips.
My situation is like it's more difficult than contract. Let me sign my other deal, you know what I'm saying? He let me go to sign my new deal.
There's absolutely zero reason why these rappers should go through another rapper to get to the record label. That's like being, this is a terrible comparison, but it's like being a drug dealer and getting your supply from the middleman instead of going directly to the plug, to the source. These rappers could go directly to the labels and get that deal, but sometimes they don't have the connections, so they go through another rapper. But if they have the talent that another rapper can see it, then the record labels, the A&Rs, they definitely will see the same thing. So they can skip this process. These rappers, they have to sign to these other rappers, get completely robbed, and then work their way back up. If you go watch my video on the breakdown of The Gatekeepers, The Two Doors of Hip Hop, which I'll put in a card right now. When you watch that, inside of that video, there's a audio clip from Ice-T comparing the music industry to the pimp game. The record labels are the pimps, and the artist is the hoe, is the trick. All the money.
Those are facts, y'all. And when you can't be pimped and hoed out no more, what's up, Murder Gang? When you can't be pimped and hoed out no more, they gonna turn around and make you go start recruiting people for them. You know what I'm saying? Because these people be all happy and they be get up there, oh, I'm signing with Rick Ross. I'm signing with CMG. I'm signing with, and they just signing y'all up for the kill or to rob you and get rid of you. Okay, same thing happened with even Old Dirty Bastard, and RZA was his cousin, and they didn't want to let him go from his contract. And what happened with Old Dirty Bastard? He's the one that passed away. So I just wanted to talk about Duke the Jeweler real quick up here, and let y'all know that I really think the way that it looks like Boosie is guilty. Plus, he told all of these lies. We done caught him in 5 or 6 lies already. He looks like he's trying to keep doing things, like my mama say, signing their life away. Yeah, because you're looking at these rappers and you're thinking they live in this lifestyle. You're thinking you could do for your family. You're thinking, your money problems is over. And then you get up there and you start getting robbed and dogged out and treated like a damn slave. You might as well get a job. Look what's happening to Kanye after they done used Kanye all up and used all his talent and made money off him. Look how they treating him. And even the other sellout rappers get up there and start talking, oh, Kanye this and Kanye that. Y'all wasn't just saying that when y'all was sucking on his weebie trying to get a beat or trying to get a new mute, especially Jay-Z and Beyonce. They used Kanye like it was no tomorrow. And when Kanye started speaking out, they got him blackballed. And that's part of why he married Kim Kardashian, because he was trying to get away from being blackballed, and she's up there in that world. So he was trying to make sure he made his money, and he did. He did make his money because Jay-Z and Beyonce had the power to block him. But when he got with Kim, he opened that door back up, and that's when she lent him that money and stuff like that, because she wanted to be secure her damn self. So that's why she had lent him that money to get back on his feet. Kanye was in a trance with Kardashians. Yeah, he was, but he married her for a reason. He married her because he needed some help against that doggone industry. And if he was married to her, he knew that she would make sure he was all right because she was making money with him. She was, a part of his team. He left one master to another. Right. He left one master to another master. Because she was definitely his handler. Just like I think Bobby Brown's wife is his handler now. If you see the videos that Bobby's family is making on him, they all talking about how Alicia is trying to put her name on all Bobby's stuff, and they scared that something gonna happen to Bobby now that he's with this woman. So they always wind up at the end of their careers with these gold digging females, and then all of a sudden they wind up dead, and then you hear the family saying that they ain't get a dime. And tell me I'm lying. Everybody done came out and said they ain't get nothing. King Von's mother came out at first. She said that. I think they paid her off to be quiet. But King Von's family was talking for a minute about them not giving them no money too. She helped him become an independent in the world, but a slave in the industry. Well, she had to promise to be his handler. She had to do that. She had to be his handler. And that's what she was. But Kanye can't be handled. Kanye breaks out of the program and he starts doing what he wants to do. So I'm pretty sure they got plans for Kanye. Because right now they probably want to throw him back in the. Yeah, King Von Mother was talking about not getting no money after Von died. And everybody keeps saying he was independent and the money would go to the family. No, they was complaining too. I feel sorry for Kanye because it's nobody's going to help him now because he's not useful to them. And they probably jealous because they want to be in his spot. They want to be a $9 billion. Kanye is worth $9 billion. And he don't wear a stitch of jewelry. Not one stitch of jewelry does Kanye wear. He sure did. But he helped Kim get money too. They was helping each other. You know what I'm saying? He needed somebody like her on his team. Because they would have shut him down, Jay-Z and Beyonce, because he wasn't letting them use him no more. You see, they don't come out with no hot songs no more, right? Since Kanye left them. It's over. But anyway, I'm not going to stay up here too long, guys. I just like to pop in and talk for a little while and then break out. But I might go live on my Queen Lotus page. But I'm interested to see, and I'm going to be watching how this thing turns out and if they're going to arrest somebody for Duke the Jeweler's murder. Because this was like, to me, this was like equivalent to like Black Wall Street or something. Like, how dare they kill this guy? How dare they? Ryan Seacrest is all they handlers. Yeah, they always have somebody on the top. Before it used to be Martin Scorsese, the producer, the movie film producer. But they always have somebody up there that's the leader of them. Yep. Ryan Seacrest is the new one. That's how he getting his check now. That's why you don't see him on TV no more. But it's a wicked world, y'all. It's us against them. And even though they look like us, and it seems like they're with us, they're not with us at all. They're not with us. They're working for the people who want to keep us down. And they make their money off of doing that. And it's not going to end until we wake up. We have the power. If we say we don't want to hear that type of shit no more, or if we say, okay, you did that, we cutting you off, we don't have to wait till somebody tell us to cancel somebody. You doing dirty shit to us, you getting cut off. We ain't supporting you no more. Go find another set of people to go feed to your master so you can have money. I don't know what to say no more about this, but I'm going to keep on trying and keep coming up here because I want to keep his memory alive. I just feel like I have to do that, especially when he came through on my live the other day. From Beyond. Shit, that shit ain't no joke. It's on my channel. Go look at it. I ain't make it up either. So it's a lot of people up here on YouTube that's talking every day. Some people might be talking for the views and they're making up lies and stories, but you got some people that's just up here talking about it because they're disgusted, and I'm one of them. I'm disgusted with y'all. You niggas is out of control. You like animals that just escaped from the zoo. You are the worst nightmare for the Black communities. You worse than the oppressive white man because you do his job for him. You don't let him walk in here and do it himself so we can see who we dealing with. You come in camouflage. You come like a friend. You come like family, and you do they fucking dirty work. So you worse than a fucking oppressor. But y'all time is coming though. Because like I said the other day, the inmates is about to have the keys to the building. It might be a slow shift, but I see the shift coming. Because after this happened, a lot of stuff that's happening now, you can't fool the kids no more and tell them some stupid ass story. They don't want to hear that for them fucking lies. They be seeing right through the lies now, and I just love watching them. I just love watching the fact that the kids, you can't lie to them and tell them any old fucking thing now. They want to know what the fuck you mean. What you going? They want to know. We wasn't like that when we was young. We went for any damn thing that they said. But these kids now are smarter. You got some fucked up demonic kids, but you got some really smart kids too. Yep, Murder Gang. Yep, nephew. You got some really smart young people too. Because when we was 20 something, we couldn't see through this kind of stuff. Y'all can see through it. So even though all their efforts, what they do to try to make us not be able not to see what's going on, it didn't work. Because some of y'all can see through all this shit. And the ones that can't see, I understand. Because you got to have a certain type of courage to really see what this world is really about. Because honestly, when you first start finding out that all this shit is a lie, most of that shit is scary. Because everything you ever thought was real is not fucking real. These older people want to scare people from young black people. I know. That's exactly what they're trying to do. But they can't scare me from mine. Because we need each other. We need y'all for y'all energy, because y'all come here with the new energy and y'all come here with the creativity. And we fit in by giving y'all our experiences, because that way y'all don't have to keep on doing fucked up shit to learn. We right there. You don't have to do that. We got you. We know about that already. We've been here 20, 30 years longer than you. So we know what time it is. It might not look the same as it was when it was going on with us, but it's the same shit. It's just a different outfit and a different face, but it's the same shit. Now, when y'all see them OGs getting up here talking, go listen. Go listen, because you could get a lot of wisdom from them. And a lot of them popped out when this happened to Duke Tijula, because they know now that the rules have been broken. It's gone too far. And I wish people would have stepped in sooner to teach these kids, because they only can learn from what they see. The kids was born into this fucking type of lifestyle. These people was 15, 16 years old. They wasn't even alive when fucking 9/11 happened. These people wasn't even born yet. So they don't know nothing about none of that. You grandmothers and you grandfathers and you uncles and great aunts and uncles, y'all got to talk to these kids to save their own lives. Y'all have to show them what the difference is. And when they feel something and they come to you and present it to you, talk to them. Break it down for them. They need that. Because all this crazy shit, you can't leave the TV and social media to raise your children. You're not giving them a chance. They automatically molding them to be failures. And they come with a friendly face. But I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. Thank you, Wanda and nephew, for coming through. And whoever's listening, stay up, stay strong, and stay blessed. And don't be afraid of your thoughts, your independent thoughts. Find somebody with some sense and talk to them so that you could be able to make better choices. You won't wind up in somebody's jail or in somebody's coffin. Peace and love, y'all.